Capone here, the world's most patrician, and I'm here with an album review of Hot T's Pulled Apart. Hot T is a Toronto-based indie alternative rock band that have been kicking around a few singles and EPs here and there for I'd say about 5 years. Just recently they released a trio of EPs in 2012 called Good Things Come in Threes, but this is Hot T's first crack at an actual full-length LP. Pulled Apart is a movement from what Hot T has been known for putting out in the past. They're kind of diverging away from a sadcore emo style like a band like Brand New to a more structured rock group concentrated on songwriting and catchy hooks. And I gotta say, Hot T does a pretty good job at executing this on a few songs, but they fail to sustain it over the course of the 11 tracks in Pulled Apart. The first song on Pulled Apart is Egad, and it starts the album off with a huge bang. There's really a lot of power and execution, and I was so blown away with such a great opener, and I was really hoping for what was next on the album. I was really impressed with this song, and the next track, Not an Artist, left me equally as impressed. This song has a kind of chill wave psychedelic sound to it, and even with the change of vocalist, he still shows that emotion and passion in his singing. This song, along with the first track, are just beautifully written rock songs that grab my attention and make me want to listen to the rest of the album. I'm actually excited to listen to this album, which I haven't felt that way about about any Hot Tea material in recent years. However, that comes to a halt on the next track, The Toll. The transition is great from Not an Artist to this track, and even the riff of this track sounds like something that would come out of Bikini Bottom from SpongeBob, but I just feel the song is really flat and doesn't take from the foundation that the other two songs have made already in this album. The vocals are really drowned out on this song as well, and just overall the mixing and production on this song is kind of wishy-washy. I mean, the guitar riff is so overpowering that it takes away from every other instrument. Even at the end of the song, there's this cool, I think, bass effect that's happening, but I can't really make it out with this guitar in the foreground that's taking all of my attention. Sadly, this bad habit continues on the next track, Lavender, which I think is the weakest song on this album. It's very vocal focused and there's not much else going on in the song, and the wordplay the band chooses is very long-winded and uninteresting. Also, the song kind of ends before it ever evolves into anything, and it ends on a fade out, which personally I'm not really a fan of. Yep. The next song on this thing is Orangeade, which is a song Hati has been tweaking and working on for about a couple years, and it finally gets its debut on their full-length LP. This song has a great beat and establishes a humbug or Queens of the Stone Age like atmosphere, and the band also infuses this 2-minute instrumental into the song, which is good, but probably better live, as it takes a song and runs away with it and never brings it back, which doesn't give closure to the listener on the song. The next song on here is one of the album's best songs, which is At Least, which is just a perfect indie love song and has this catchy hook, great chorus, and just overall great songwriting. I think this is where Hot Tea is at their best, and they should just focus on making songs like this and not get distracted with their gimmicks that they have in other songs. At Least is very simple, friendly, accessible, and not convoluted like many other songs on Pulled Apart. The latter half of this album features some pretty average songs, which starts with Seychelles, Seychelles, Say, Seychelles, Seychelles. The song is called Seychelles, and it is a country off the east coast of Africa. The song features a pretty catchy guitar riff and features the lead singer belting out Seychelles, and that's pretty much it. There's not much else going on in the song. The next two tracks, Separatist and Thought Loop, are pretty lackluster and are a grim spot on this album. Separatist features this introduction which involves banter between both vocalists that drags on for just over a minute, and to make matters worse, they bring this introduction in the middle of the song, which leaves the listener feeling bored and underwhelmed. The song also features this gibberish vocal solo which comes out of nowhere and is just one of the gimmicks that distracts Hati from what they're good at, which is just great songwriting. Thought Loop is tied with Lavender for one of the weakest songs on this album, and it's just uninteresting, unexciting, and it's just vocal heavy. And there's nothing going on in the song except for the vocalist talking about smoking blunt after blunt. Fortunately, after the string of weak songs, Hati comes back with "Comfortable Clothes", which is a pretty great song, much like Not an Artist, Egad, and At Least. This song incorporates a James Murphy-like dance beat, which evolves into this Caribbean-type sound. Overall, the song features some really great songwriting and hooks, which again I think is where Hati is at their best. Finally, the closer on this album is Houses Look Alike, which has this 4-minute introduction which is very drawn out and leaves the listener feeling very bored like Separatist and Thought Loop. However, the ending is really good, but just to get there is really a chore. Overall, I really enjoy listening to this album despite its weaknesses. There are some points on this album where the songwriting is really great, and I actually felt like Hati was on the right track. However, they distracted themselves numerous times throughout the album and lost their focus on their objective. I'm feeling a strong 6 to a light 7 on this one, but what did you guys think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? And why? And what should I review next? Julian Caponia, Hot Tea, Pulled Apart, Stay Curious.